From the title, you guys know what I'm reviewing. Berserk 2017, Season 2, Episode 15. Why? Okay, let's, let's back. Let's get. We gotta go with this. Okay. So I talked about this in my very first review of the new season. I said I don't want to focus on every episode. I don't want to focus on animation, but I am going to mention when I think that the animation is really bad, and I'm going to talk about stuff that I like just utterly baffled at. For example, why was Zodd green? He was green. He became the Incredible Hulk this episode, and not like I mean in a funny way or haha way. No, he was green. Why? Why was he green? Do you understand? I don't understand. I don't think even the creators understand. What the hell, Berserk? What are you doing? I don't understand why the show does this. Like, you know, skipping past the terrible animation like always. Let's get past that. So this week's episode focused on really the rebranding, of course, of the Band of the Hawk. We start seeing Griffith and his kind of new entourage of people. So we meet like Grembeld. I want to say his name. I can never really pronounce it correctly, so I do apologize for that. We see, of course, Zodd. We see two other people, which is one is an archer and one is a weird kind of like he has a weird spear type weapon. And we're introduced to several new characters. Obviously, the little girl that we've been seeing in the opening, we learned that she's a psychic, obviously. If you read the manga, you know who she is. I kind of forgot who she was in the manga, to be honest with you. I remember she was part of them, but I forgot if she was actually there all the time, but she is there. Um, and we were introduced to a few other characters. Really, more so than anything, this is kind of just the rebuilding up of the Band of the Hawk. Now, besides anything happening, there was violence. Poorly animated violence, mind you, but there was violence. Once again, we see Griffith becoming this really insane person in terms of how he's acting. For the most part, we see some very very rushed concepts. I mean, if you read the manga or have read the manga, you know this thing basically just went through a whole volume with like in less than 24 minutes. It tried to go through literally a whole volume. I understand why they're doing this. Don't get me wrong. I get it because we're only going to have 12 episodes and they're going to try to have to focus. If they're going to get to the Berserk armor this season, they're going to have to get up to a certain part, which is like I think 26 or 27, which I believe it's 26 though. They're going to have to get up to that. And right now they're currently at like in the mid 20s. Berserk, why? Why was this designed this way? I don't understand. I don't. I'm not gonna say I utterly hate this episode. I'm not gonna say that. I laughed more than anything else in this episode. I didn't know Berserk was supposed to be a comedy now, but apparently it's a comedy. Um, yeah, it's I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, I really don't. Like, every episode, I want to bitch and moan about the same stuff because honestly, that's like the only thing I can really ever talk about this. And, for those people that are giving it high praise, they're saying, oh, we see past the animation. I get it. Don't get me wrong. You see past the animation. That's cool. If you've never read the manga, you don't see you don't see the adaptation issues. But if you're a diehard manga fan, which you have to presume most people are because Berserk is such an old franchise now that has kind of fallen into a cult following, you have to understand that the people that really hate on Berserk, the ones who really hate on it, are legitimately either super fans of the series or the people who, have never seen anything animated as poorly as Berserk. But, it's completely fine if you like it. I have so many issues with it, and it's like, it's not doing any better to make me, like, not care about it. Like, I know this Berserker armor is coming up probably I'm going to say episode 6 or 7, we're going to see the Berserker armor, maybe even later than that. I have a feeling that's gonna be. I have right now. I'm just calling it's gonna be terrible. Probably. I know it already. I'm scared, and I told you guys. I'm being 100% honest with you. I'm not joking around when I say this. I will dead ass stop reviewing it if they screw up the Berserk armor, and you'll be like, "What happened? He reviewed up to episode 7, then stopped." Yes, I will do exactly that. I will come to a dead stop reviewing this. I'll review the last episode, but up to that episode, I will not do any more reviews to it. I'll watch it on my own time, but I will stop doing reviews for it. Just being honest with you. This is how I feel about Berserk. This is what it's kind of brought me to. Now, I would love to hear your comments. Listen, guys, be polite about the comments. I know last year I got a lot of flack for a lot of things with Berserk. You know, I tried to defend it, I got flack for it. I was talking honestly about it, I got flack for it too. It's one of those things you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. And you know what? I honestly don't care because how I feel right now is Berserk is a show I still care for because I am a huge fan of Berserk. I love Berserk. You know, the thing is that it's being handled very poorly, and that's my biggest issue with it. It's like almost an outrageous thing that it's being handled the way it's being handled. They're rushing through episodes, they're rushing through volumes of the manga, they're just rushing animation. You know, there are times where the animation looks really good, and there are times where it looks so bad you're like, what the hell? No, it's just it's overall not a good series. And you know, even if you like the series, if you fool yourself into believing it's great, chances are you're fooling yourself into believing it's great. Anyways, like I said though, sound off in the comments. What do you think about this episode? I would love to hear from it. Like I said, keep it polite. If you don't keep it polite, I will delete it because honestly, I don't want to deal with that stuff. I will talk to you guys later. Have a blessed day. I'm actually gonna go sleep this time because I have not slept yet and I'm exhausted. So I'll see you then. Bye bye, everyone.